2026 offseason is underway for our Denver Broncos. Let's take a look and see if there are any players in free agency that we think our Broncos will add to boost this roster. What's up, Broncos country? My name is Brandon Gilchrist. We are just a week away from starting to see how our Broncos are going to construct this roster for the 2026 season. We've already been discussing areas on this roster where we'd like to see the Broncos add or upgrade to make this roster better. The next group I want to look at is tight end. We all know there is massive opportunity here for improvement. I want to take a deeper dive and look at some players that I think the Broncos could add that needs improvement. Personally, I think this might be the second most important position the Broncos need to address this offseason. Now look, another year in the system could do Evan Ingram some good. I know I personally was expecting a lot more from Evan Ingram last season, and it really just didn't happen. Either way, Evan Ingram is not a strong blocker, and that was evident this past season. It became increasingly obvious when he was in the game that the Broncos were going to be passing, which is why you saw Adam Troutman play more snaps than Evan Ingram. He has the ability to block and catch the ball, but even then, Adam Troutman was basically a non-factor in the passing game, which made the tight end room disappear. I believe he serves better as a tight end 3 instead of a tight end 2. We need to add more all-around solid tight ends to this room that are capable blockers and also capable playmakers in the receiving game. The tight end should be a quarterback's best friend and safety blanket, and that's just not the case with the Broncos. It really shouldn't be a tell of if the Broncos are going to pass or run based on what tight end is in the game. Frankly, this is another room that needs an overhaul. Evan Ingram has another year in his contract, so it's likely they keep him, and Adam Troutman is Sean Payton's guy, so I see him being re-signed as well. But beyond that, they need to add to this room, and a reliable, more capable veteran would be huge for this room. I also see there being a possibility of them adding someone in the draft. Let's first take a look at free agency and talk about some players I think the Broncos should consider. When we look at the Broncos' upcoming free agents, there are a couple. We already talked about Adam Troutman. He is an unrestricted free agent. We also have Lucas Kroll, who is a restricted free agent, and tight end Nate Adkins, who is also a restricted free agent. Personally, I would be okay with allowing both of these players to walk or test the market. And if the Broncos aren't able to find a capable tight end in free agency or the draft, consider signing back a Lucas Kroll or a Nate Adkins to this roster. But I think having Adam Troutman re-signed adds the veteran presence and person familiar with Sean Payton's system while boosting the talent in this room with another capable veteran and or talented player in the draft would be the way to go with this room. So let's talk about those free agents. In a dream scenario, I do think someone like a Cade Otton would be an amazing addition on this Broncos roster. He's absolutely an upgrade to an Adam Troutman or a Nate Adkins in this room, a very capable blocker and also a reliable receiving target. Cade Otton is exactly what this tight end room needs. He's only 26, 6'5", 247 pounds. He's been with the Bucs his entire career so far. Reliable, athletic, a smart player. He really was an unsung hero for the Buccaneers and really considered an anchor for that offense. 579 receiving yards. This is the guy missing for the Broncos. Another well-rounded tight end would be Dallas Goedert. This is also a more capable upgrade to Adam Troutman, more of a veteran and a Super Bowl champion. He's played with the Eagles his entire career, 6'5", 256, reliable, a great route runner, physical blocker, and a versatile receiver with the big catch radius. He was highly productive in 2025 with 591 receiving yards and 11 touchdowns. So you know he's a red zone machine. And this is something we definitely need on the Broncos offense because their red zone did take a step back. Part of that is because the tight ends have not been used in the system so far. Bo Nix wouldn't be able to ignore someone like a Dallas Goedert in the end zone. The only concerns with Dallas Goedert really would be his age and potentially his loyalty to being with the Eagles, considering this would be his third contract. An interesting add, and someone a lot of people don't know about, but should be considered for the Broncos, is someone like Chig Okonkwo. Again, a versatile player, can line up everywhere. He's fast, athletic. He's a yards after catch machine, and he is a capable blocker. Once again, giving the Broncos a well-rounded tight end with more capability than someone like an Adam Troutman. 560 receiving yards in 2025, 2 touchdowns. There has been a little bit of up and down play with him, but I think getting in a Broncos offense with the great coaching staff that they have, we could see some more consistency out of him. I do think Chig is someone that should be considered and could probably be signed at a very reasonable rate. Now, I do want to mention someone like a David Njoku, who I know a lot of people get excited about. He's not at the top of my list, and there are a couple reasons why. One big reason is because of his injuries. Though he's athletic, fast, and absolutely a playmaker, his reliability is just not there. Couple that with the fact that there are some reports out there around him clashing with his coaches, which for me, I hold this locker room in high regard. And anybody that's going to come in and clash with the players in this room and building a team that loves football and puts winning above all else is questionable for me. Now, another player that might be out there is someone like Kylen Granson. At 27, 6'3", 242 pounds. He's previously played for the Colts and most recently with the Eagles. He's fast. He's actually a former wide receiver. He'd definitely play more of that mismatched tight end role. He's a solid blocker, though I'm not sure his blocking skills are any better than Adam Troutman's, but that is the space that he was used in 2025, which basically means he played the Adam Troutman role for the Eagles in 2025, and I don't think he would be an upgrade. We're looking for somebody more capable than Troutman when it comes to the tight end position. If the Broncos look to upgrade in free agency, those are the players I would love to see the Broncos consider. Look, I do think there's a possibility that the tight end room looks very similar to last year, and that would be a disappointment. I would be ecstatic if the Broncos added a capable veteran and drafted a tight end to completely revamp this room for the 2026 season. I'm excited to see what the Broncos do, and we're really only a week away. What do you think the Broncos do with the tight end room in free agency? Do you think this is where they make a big name signing? Let me know in the comments. As always, be kind. Talk to you soon, Broncos country.